This monster review looks at the zombies in DayZ Standalone. The short disclaimer at the end of the video explains the review criteria. And once completed, we will have a fear factor percentage. The appearance of the zombies in DayZ Standalone is impressive. Recently they introduced randomized clothing, and that clothing also shows signs of wear, as do the zombies. If you look closely, the textures on the zombies themselves is detailed. You can see veins and wounds and injuries. These look like they were once real people. And we've got quite a variety of model as well. So overall, you'll rarely come across a group of zombies that look identical. Varieties include male and female zombies, as well as old men zombies. And these are partially clothed, which adds another element to the appearance fact. This close attention to detail and the fact that they feel part of this world because of the way they look, I give the appearance rating for these zombies an 8 out of 10. The movement in DayZ Standalone is standardized. Each zombie runs the same. They also slow down and walk. You can also damage zombie legs, which makes them crawl, which is a good thing to have in game, although it seems to be random as to when their legs break. They'll also stroll or wander while they're not aggroed. The thing about it is, it's very predictable. It doesn't seem to take into consideration injury or the condition of the zombie. It seems fairly nondescript. But they have introduced climbing to the zombie movement, which is really cool and adds an element that it never used to have, and it's actually one that's wanted. Although, could these zombies climb some of the walls that they actually climb in game? For these reasons, I give the movement rating a 4 out of 10. The AI of the zombies in DayZ Standalone is fairly limited. They have their own little worlds where they wander around, and then once they see you or sense you, they're aggro towards you, and they follow a path and a routine from that point. Get distracted. They don't seem to note anybody else unless they run across their path. They also don't really pay much attention to other zombies or seem to attack other zombies. Of course, they may not perceive them as food, although having said that, they do attack animals. One of the really annoying things about the AI in DayZ is the fact that you can trap zombies in a building and they'll make no attempt to get out. Now this obviously may not have been implemented as part of the game system yet, but it should be something that is represented. They can swing, and they should be able to attack doors, but maybe that will come in later in the game. For these reasons, I give the AI rating a 3 out of 10. Are zombies a threat in DayZ Standalone? Here we have a single zombie attacking me, and it takes a long time to kill me. In fact, all I need to do is grab my weapon out and just knock it down very effectively. They are rarely a threat on their own. Of course, if you're severely injured, then that may well change. If you come across a group of zombies, then you could be in trouble, especially seeing when in hordes. They seem to glitch around your body, and it's quite difficult to hit them. You also have to take into consideration that if you're bleeding from multiple points on your body, as you can see in your character, you still only have to bandage once. This also reduces the threat of the zombie, and importantly, let's not forget, you can easily outrun any zombie. And you can lock them in buildings and they will not try to get at you, as previously covered. So for these reasons, I've given a score of 2 out of 10 for threat. If you were to look across a field and see one of the DayZ zombies roaming through the long grass, slowly twitching and moving and listening out for any sound or animal, it is amazing. They look great. And if you hear them as you approach an area, the sounds are intense and spooky. And on that level, It really works in DayZ. The immersion pulls you in, and when you see them or you see a dead one lying on the ground, they look good. But there is a problem. They're limited. They don't infect players. The damage done is general, as discussed, and they don't feel a threat, which is an important part of immersion. You don't see them and fear them, which is what you really want to have in a zombie game. There's also been a problem with how zombies work. They sometimes glitch or move through objects or items. When they jump over the walls, they sometimes miss the wall and project outwards. And yes, this is an alpha game. It's still in development. But at this current state, and it has been nearly 2 years now in development, they don't really feel that immersive. So I'm going to give a score of 5 out of 10. Putting the scores together and taking a percentage, this gives the zombies in DayZ Standalone a fear factor of 44%. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it interesting. And don't forget to sub for more. The short disclaimer follows. Disclaimer: these reviews are only of the concerned monster and not the game they feature in. The game itself will have many other elements that may well sway opinions. Some of the games that reviewed monsters appear in are in development, and so expect this to be taken into consideration, and later reviews may appear at later dates on full release. These games are featured due to popularity and reputation. All monsters are reviewed within the context of the gaming environment and narrative. Each review is based upon one type of monster or enemy in that game and does not include more than one type, although they may be mentioned. These monsters are all reviewed on high settings.